These moments from Bruce Lee were so epic that if they weren't recorded, most people wouldn't believe they really happened. 1-inch punch. Bruce Lee changed the way people saw strength. He didn't need big muscles or wild swings to prove how powerful he was. He once threw a punch from just 1 inch away, and it was strong enough to break ribs or knock out teeth. There was no warm-up, just pure power from a tiny distance. 2-finger push-ups. Most people struggle with regular push-ups. Bruce Lee did 200 two-finger push-ups in a row. It was certified by Guinness and remains unbeaten. His strength amazed even bodybuilding icon Joe Weider. Some records claim he could also do 400 one-handed push-ups, all part of his Jeet Kune Do philosophy, first shown in 1964 at Long Beach. Real fight. His movies thrilled millions, but Bruce Lee's real fight footage came from 1967. At Long Beach, wearing white cords, he sparred with a student. The moves were precise, calm, and calculated. California law made him wear sparring gear, but even with that, Lee's anticipation and fast strikes showed he could see hits before they were thrown. Oakland Duel. It was 1964. Bruce Lee stood across from Wong Jack Man in a private kung fu school in Oakland. No rules, no cameras. According to his wife Linda, Lee overwhelmed Wong with speed and power. Wong ran, Lee caught him, and the match ended. Wong disputed the story, but Lee's side never changed. Skull Crusher. In 1960, Bruce Lee was challenged by Yoichi Nakachi at Seattle's Edison Tech School. Nakachi mocked kung fu. After multiple taunts, Lee agreed to fight at a YMCA handball court. He knocked Nakachi out in 11 seconds with a nose-breaking kick. The left side of Nakachi's head swelled so much that his eye nearly shut. Nunchaku master. Bruce Lee didn't always like nunchaku. He first thought they were junk, but his friend Dan Inosanto convinced him otherwise. Within 3 months, Lee had mastered them. He debuted them in Fist of Fury, making them iconic. A later scene in Game of Death even showed him sparring with Inosanto with nunchaku in hand. Ali inspiration. Bruce Lee studied Muhammad Ali closely. He weighed 130 pounds, yet could strike with the power of a heavyweight like Ali. Lee threw punches at 118 miles per hour. He made his students watch Ali's footwork, using his rhythm as a guide. In Enter the Dragon, he joked about how small his hands looked next to Ali's. Bag splitter. Bruce Lee once kicked a 45-kilogram sandbag so hard that it split. Another time, he kicked a 135 kilograms bag 5 meters into the air. His super side kick was really no joke. Few believed it until they saw the clip. The bag flew like it had been hit by a truck. Camera blur. When the Green Hornet first filmed Bruce Lee in 1966, his punches were too fast for the cameras. They appeared as blurs. Director Matthew Polly wrote that Lee had to slow down his movements just to be visible. In later films, such as Enter the Dragon, Lee increased the frame rate to capture his speed. Iron routine. Bruce Lee ran 26 miles on some days and biked 10 miles on others. Add in 20 minutes of jump rope and hours of martial arts drills. His flexibility training let him kick a 7 to 2 inches man in the head. He didn't care about looking buff, just being fast, lethal, and untouchable. Weird diet. Protein powder, raw eggs with the shells included, bananas, peanut flour, powdered milk, and even chocolate ice cream. Bruce Lee's shake recipes were wild. He once drank raw hamburger meat for protein. When he bulked up too much, he trimmed down again. He aimed for strength with speed, living his philosophy to be like water. Ping pong flex. In a promotional clip, Bruce Lee played ping pong using nunchaku. He blocked every shot, never missed, and eventually won. Though heavily stylized, it showcased his insane reflexes. His control with nunchaku was so strong that it looked easy. But behind that display were countless hours of painful real-world training. Clash on set. After shooting one day, an extra on set challenged Bruce Lee to prove his kick was real. At first, Lee refused, but the extra kept pushing. When they sparred, Lee broke the man's ribs with a single blow. He paid for the man's hospital bills and asked for the footage to be kept private.